What is going on, guys? It's Matt Lee here, and welcome to the first ever Q&A that's been on my channel. So all you guys that asked me questions, you guys literally made history in my life, so thank you so much for that. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys, when I said I was gonna do a Q&A in the last video, I was super nervous about the response that I was gonna get, just the questions, but I got a ton more than I thought I would. Enough just to make this video strictly Q&A. So guys, seriously, thank you so much. And with that being said, let's get to it, because we got some really good ones today. I got funny ones, I got serious ones, so you guys killed it with the questions, so thank you. But question number one comes from Fitness Assassin, and there's actually a bunch of questions, so we're just gonna rapid fire with these. First off, Fitness Assassin, love your channel, man. Keep it up. So he asked Kevin Hart or Chris Rock. Kevin Hart for sure. Lambo or Ferrari? Gotta go with Ferrari. Cable or dish? Cable. And what's your nickname? That's a great one. So all throughout high school, I had really long blonde hair. Even a little bit into college, and just kind of came with playing lacrosse. So people call me Sunshine. So that was definitely the nickname. I still get it every now and then, especially from my high school friends. Alrighty, question two comes from Gary Brown. And he asked, when you were prepping for your show, how much cardio would you do every week? So this is a great question. And honestly, I did a 12-week prep leading up to my first show, and I did cardio every single day, 2 times a day. So I would do fasted cardio in the morning for 45 minutes, and this would be steady state cardio, which means I would keep the Stairmaster, because there's always me on the Stairmaster, so I would keep the Stairmaster on the same level, which is usually level 8 for the whole entire 45 minutes. And I would do round 2 of cardio, my post-workout, for 30 minutes. And this post-workout cardio would be HIIT, so high intensity interval training, which means pretty much your heart rate's going up and down. So with this, I altered what level the Stairmaster was on, because this was also in the Stairmaster. It literally was my best friend throughout the entire prep. So for 1 minute, I would do level 6, and then for 30 seconds, I would bump it up to level 10. And then for the next minute, I would go back to level 6, and for the next 30 seconds, I would go back to level 10. So it's constantly, you know, just up, down, up, down, up, down, and my heart rate was really high, and I was up in that fat burning zone. So it was HIIT for the post-workout for 30 minutes, and then 45 minutes in the morning for the fasted cardio. But everyone's different. I know some people just do cardio strictly after the workout, and some people just do cardio strictly in the morning fasted. Everyone's different. For me, I need as much cardio as possible when I'm prepping, so I had 2 sessions a day. But cardio, it's always rough in the beginning, when you really do grow to love it. Question numero tres comes from Adam Cole, and he asked, did prepping for your show ever cause a strain on your relationship? This is a great question, man. Yes, it definitely has caused a strain on the relationship, and it's definitely from my part, especially with the last couple weeks of prep being very difficult just because carbs are so low. I'm very grumpy, I'm very tired all the time, I have a short temper, and it definitely put a little strain on the relationship. Taylor is awesome with this, and she knows me well enough that she knew when this was coming. And she was super supportive throughout everything. Like literally, whether it was meal prepping, she helped me even cook some of the meals, to helping me in the gym, to literally drop set after drop set after drop set, just pushing me along, to waking me up and getting me out of bed for cardio the nights that I stayed with her. It's just, she's super supportive, so it's super nice having there, you know, her there in my corner and just keep pushing me and being behind me 110%. Because with that, the strain would be a lot worse. But it definitely does put strain on the relationship. But like I said, Taylor is super supportive and was always there for me 110%, which was awesome, and I cannot thank her enough, because she definitely kept my head on the right level when it came to prep, especially those last few weeks leading up to the show. Question number 4 comes from the legend himself, Brady Nunez, and he asked a bunch of questions, so we're going to go through his rapid fire. Do you drink alcohol? Yes I do, Brady. I don't drink often. I'm not a big drinker, but when I do, it's either rum or some type of cider. I love Angry Orchard, so the sweeter stuff, don't judge. But I do drink occasionally. What's your favorite movie of all time? Dude, this is tough. I gotta go with Miracle. I'm a huge hockey fan. I played it as well, so this movie definitely touched home. I know it's a little bit older, but it always gets me fired up every time I watch it, so it holds a special place in my heart, so definitely Miracle. Do you play video games? If so, what's your favorite? Call of Duty. I don't care which one. I love Call of Duty. I played all throughout high school, especially in college. My roommates and I always were playing. And zombies, we discovered the love for zombies, so that was it. But recently, Star Wars has been putting up some good video games with Battlefield, so especially on PS4. So that's putting up competition, but definitely Call of Duty. Other than fitness, do you have any other passions? it's pretty funny. Ever since I started this YouTube channel, videography, editing, just YouTube alone is becoming a huge passion of mine. Just being able to film videos, you know, learn color grading, audio, all this different stuff that goes with, you know, videography and recording and editing. It's become a huge passion of mine. I'm literally becoming, like, I just always want to learn, always want to do new stuff, and I've just literally loved every single second of this. So it's funny how one thing leads to another, and now videography and all this stuff is becoming definitely another passion of mine, which is awesome. Alrighty, question number 5 comes from my boy Brent Hertel. Brent, I'm sorry if I pronounced your last name wrong, man. I'm trying my best. But he asked 2 questions. First one is, how many shows have you done? I have done a total of 4 shows, and with my last one being NBC Universe, was my first ever national show just a few weeks back. And I seriously have loved every single show, and I cannot wait to get back up on stage and do more. And his second question was, and do you have any tips for someone who's never done one before? Biggest tips I can give you is, if you love training and you're competitive, definitely get up stage and do one, just because it just ties everything in so perfectly, literally, with your love for fitness and your competitive nature with everything. And also is just to pick a date and, you know, stick with it. That's the beauty with these shows, because they literally have a set date. So just knowing that date in mind and knowing that end goal and that end date that you have is just literally the perfect combination. Literally for my first show, just because it was so hard to prep, because I've never really extreme dieted like that. I still remember the date to this day, June 24th is when I did my first show 2 years back. I had that date written on the whiteboard in my room, and I wake up every single morning, I would see that, and just, you know, seeing that and just having that end goal in mind of, you know, this is when I'm gonna do this, it was a huge help. And honestly, just having that date in mind, and just, it got easier when the show came up, just because your body was going through these changes. And, you know, I was starting to see my abs like I've never seen before, and I've started to see my back muscles like I've never seen before, and it became addicting. Like, it was rewarding just looking in the mirror every single morning and be like, wow, like all this hard work is paying off. But definitely pick a date, which is awesome, because the shows have the date, and, you know, write it down and stick to it and just grind it out for, you know, however many weeks your prep is. But highly recommend doing a show, man. It's an incredible, incredible experience. The next question comes from Christian Durbin, and bro, these were some legit questions, man. Not gonna lie to you. He's got 2. So with number 1, since you have proven your ability to lean down and get the body fat percentage low, I was wondering what your opinion was on training during a cut. We are in very different lifting worlds, but assuming I am trying to minimize strength and muscle loss, would you go high volume with reps like a bodybuilding style workout for extra calories, or minimize the sets and volumes to focus on heavy work like a power lifter? I need to drop some serious weight from the next year's competition, and I keep hearing conflicting opinions. So I don't know what you were doing right now with cardio, but if you're not doing any cardio, definitely start throwing in some cardio. At least 20 minutes. I would even go as high as 30 minutes on the elliptical Stairmaster following your workout. definitely start here, because it will shock your body if you're not doing it right now, so it will definitely help with that fat loss and weight loss. If that's not working as good for you, I would definitely start changing your training routine around a little bit. Keep the compound lifts in the beginning of your workout, like, you know, the bench press, the squats, the deadlifts, keep them in the beginning, and maybe following those, I would start doing the bodybuilding style workouts. So, and throw those exercises in there with the reps anywhere between 15 to 20, and the rest periods anywhere between 30 to 60 seconds. Definitely the style will get your heart rate up, and definitely it will start help, you know, with that weight loss as well. And then if you want to go to a extreme with the diet, I would be very, very, very careful with this. I would suggest lowering your carbs and fats a little bit. Definitely increase your protein. Just because with the change with cardio and the training, you want to bump your protein up so you're not losing that strength and muscle. So I would suggest doing a very long prep here just to be safe. So definitely lower the carbs and fats a little bit, but just don't do it drastically and don't do it right away. Just very small amounts, you know, take them lower, but bump the protein up. But like I said, if you're not doing cardio, I would definitely start doing cardio. This shock alone might be a huge help. And I know for some of my powerlifting friends that just want to get a little cut up for summer, just because they never do cardio, because they say anything 1 to 5 reps is cardio. They do cardio, and it helps a ton. So I would definitely start here. But I hope that helps with that question, man. Like I said, very good question. I hope any bit of this helps. So for question number 2, Christian asked, what do you think best works for hypertrophy? Focusing on time under tension, maximizing reps in each set, minimizing rest periods, maximizing total volume, or some combination? I've never done hypertrophy block, and I went to do it after the cut and wondered what worked best for you and your programming. So another awesome question here. Honestly, Christian, I do both styles of training. I do some days where I focus on, you know, time under tension, leave my ego at the door, lower the weight, and just focus on every single contraction. I absolutely love this style of training, especially when it comes to back. I don't know why, my back responds best to it. Always get a great pump, and I always wake up the next day super sore. But on other days, I do the different style of training where I'm trying to maximize reps and minimize those rest periods. So you get to see what works best for you. Honestly, just coming off a cut, I would suggest starting with the time and retention, just because the maximizing the reps and minimizing the rest periods is a little bit more of a cutting style, just because your heart rate's going to be up a little bit higher and you're going to be more in that fat burning zone. But see what works best for you. I do like to switch it up from time to time to keep my body guessing. But like I said, man, another great question, so thank you. Next question comes from Strength Team, and he asks, what fuels you during your daily routine while prepping and down to the last few days before the show and the energy is gone? So this is a great question. Honestly, what fuels me through these last couple of days when I'm just completely beat is this knowing that I'm a few days away from being better than what I was last time. So with competing, it's tough just because you've judges up there literally critiquing everything and they're in control of the outcome. But to me, how I look at this is I always want to come in with a better package than my last show. So what drives me is just knowing that I'm days away and I have a few days left to give everything I have to make sure I come in and beat myself last time. And that's why I love men's physique and competing, is just because it's you against you, which I think is awesome, just because I'm very competitive. So what's better than being, competing against myself? So honestly, during those last few days, I just keep in mind that I have a few days left to grind this out, give this my all, and reassure that I'm gonna beat myself. And I did last time when I stepped on stage and brought a better physique this time. So that definitely what pushes me through the last couple of days. Also, my biggest dream in life is become an IFBB pro, so it helps too knowing that I'm stepping on stage and gonna be another step closer to making that dream a reality. So that definitely helps as well. But I definitely always want to beat myself too. So that pushes me through for sure. So my boy Island Aesthetics asked, what were some things you completed in 2017 and stuff you're hoping to complete? So my biggest goal in 2017 was to step on the national stage. I literally wrote that in my phone, in my notes section, when the new year came around. I said, I want to step on the national stage. Like I mentioned last year, I earned my national qualification at my show that I did last August, which was a huge part of that step. But this year is the year that I achieved that, and I stepped on the national stage for the first time a few weeks back with the NPC Universe show. So it's a huge first step, just because, God forbid I did win that show. The next level is that pro level. So we're getting close. We're getting close to chasing the dream, getting that dream, guys, which is super exciting. But that is something I completed in 2017, which is super exciting. Along with starting this YouTube channel, this was another thing I wrote down in my notes. I wanted to start a YouTube channel, and I was super nervous to do so, but I've done it. Here we are. So that was super exciting as well. And stuff that I'm hoping to complete, I want to keep working and being the best self that I can be, especially with putting out footage for you guys, documenting on social media with my Instagram. I just want to be able to reach a larger audience as well, and just put out better content. And as well on the personal side of things, I just want to give it my all in the gym and just keep pushing myself and get to where I need to be physique wise to really be able to compete and make a name for myself in the fitness industry. So that's the plan. Just gotta keep working, keep chasing the dream, and sit back and enjoy every part of this journey. Alright, this was a good question. Coming from Comerica Muscle. He asked, who wins in a fight if dropped in the middle of New York City with no time to prepare? Batman or Captain America? I need you guys gotta answer this one below as well too. I gotta go with Captain America. This is a tough one, but I'm going with Captain America. Miniature Brute, dude, you were the man. Miniature Brute, quick story before I answer this question, came back and commented again and asked me when I was going to drop this Q&A video. So thank you for holding me accountable, my man. I appreciate it. I was all pumped up when I saw that. I'm like, this guy's on his game. So he asked me 2 questions as well. The first question is, what is your favorite muscle? I got to go with back, and it ties into your next question, as well as what is your favorite muscle to work out? And that is my back as well. My back is one of my weakest points, which to me is super motivating to train, just because I always want to make it better. And there's just so many different ways to hit it with different grips that you're doing and different exercises. So it's just super exciting to me, because it's just so many different ways you can train and switch it up to hit those different muscle groups. So definitely back for both of your questions there, my man. And thank you for holding me accountable, bro. I appreciate it. Next question comes all the way from Ireland with my boys, my best friends, New Element Fitness. Love you guys. Hope all is well. So they asked, what's your future plans of fitness and what are your long-term goals planned? So future plans of fitness are definitely more competition based. With NBC Universe, that first national show I did a few weeks back, I have to add on a lot of muscle this off season, so it's definitely focusing on that, just killing training, eating all my meals, and getting on as much size as possible. So next year, hopefully make a name for myself on that national stage. Any long-term goals planned? So, like I said, it all comes back to chasing the dream of becoming that pro. But with that journey alone, I just want to keep, putting out content. I'm going to keep expanding and just documenting my journey, expanding my social media with Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and just put out helpful and inspirational content, whether it's workout videos, exercises, just motivational stuff with the journey, and just, being relatable to, chasing the dream. I definitely want to get stuff out there just because I don't want to be content with life. I feel like no one should. I feel like, we all have a reason why we're here, and we all have dreams and passions, and why not go for it? So I just want to be able to inspire others with that as well. Other long-term goals, I want to be able to open a gym. Like you guys, I see you guys all the time, man. I'm super pumped up for you guys, and it's motivating as anything just because I want to be in your shoes. I want to have a gym. I want to be able to train clients. And that's another thing too. I want to expand my online coaching and online training. So I want to focus on that a lot and just help out as many people as I can just live a happier and healthier lifestyle. So it's definitely the long-term goal. And there's a lot, but like I said, it's going to be a blast just crossing them all off because I know I will. So it's exciting stuff, but guys, thank you for your question. And last but not least, I think this is the last question, but I will go back around and check. It comes from Jed's Fitness, and he asked two things as well. How long have you been training for? I've been training for about 6 years now, but really only been training hard for 3. I really got into this my sophomore, junior year of college, so that's about 3 years. But before that, I worked out a lot. I pretty much was working out 3 to 4 times a week, but I got very serious about it, like I said, 3 years ago with my diet and training and all that good stuff. That's when I really flicked the switch and started getting all those results. And the second part of the question is there, what made you decide to compete? So I get asked this a lot. This is a crazy question. I was on bodybuilding.com one day, my sophomore year, and I was looking for a program to follow, and I came across Steve Cook with that Big Man on Campus program. And I saw his bodybuilding.com spokesmodel search picture with him up on stage in the board shorts, and I was like, wow, like that's awesome. Like I want to achieve this physique, and I'm very competitive. I played sports throughout high school. I played lacrosse in college. So just combining the two, fitness and competing into one with men's physique, was like picture perfect situation for me. So my junior year, got a coach, fixed the diet up, trained hard, and I got up on stage. And once I hit those spotlights, I just felt completely overwhelmed, and I just had that feeling of like, wow, this is where I was meant to be. It was awesome, something I'll never forget. I get the same feeling every time I step on stage for another show. So that's definitely what made me compete. Just kind of seeing Steve Cook up there, honestly, and just kind of having that love for fitness and also having that competitive nature, and just putting the two together. And it's been awesome just because I've kind of learned it's not competing against other people up on stage. It's you against you, like I mentioned earlier. You always want to come up to stage with a better physique than last time, which is something I love because I literally look in that mirror when I get to the gym and I'm like, let's go. So it's literally myself against myself, and I love it, and I want to have it any other way. But yes, so here's your answer. Well guys, that is a wrap. I went through twice and I checked and I didn't miss any questions. So if I did for some crazy reason miss your question, I apologize. And just comment below and just call me out. Call me out. I'll take it like a man. But other than that, guys, seriously, thank you so much for all the questions. Like I said, I totally didn't expect this big of a turnout. I was literally sitting down that day, just like getting their notifications on my phone. I was like, oh my gosh, people are actually asking me questions. So this is super exciting, and I'm pumped to do the next one, whenever that is. But for now, be sure to like, subscribe, and I will see you guys soon. I don't wanna know.